What is up, gamers? Today's video is gonna be a lot more serious. I already did the recording, but I fucked it up. I did this thing. I have a mod where I could press the buttons on the camera, and I did that. I didn't even touch the fucking button and it switched. That's so stupid, but that's basically what happened. So now I gotta redo the fucking video. I gotta stand away from the fucking thing so I don't fucking touch it, and it fucks up the whole recording. Anyways, today's video is about cringe. You guessed it right. We're talking about Governor Desantis and his unhinged crusade against LGBT people. I don't know much of his political history. I only know because of this whole fucking thing started. But essentially, there's a new bill on the block in Florida, the shithole that I live in, where essentially it's that gay people, we're gonna pretend like gay people don't exist. Essentially what it is it's basically making it against the law to recognize the existence of LGBT people in elementary schools, right? That's basically what it is. And the whole reasoning behind it is because we're giving parents more controllability of how they want to parent their kids, right? We're not going to force the state to teach kids something the parents don't want the state to teach the kids, right? Which my mind kind of goes places, and it kind of thinks, what is the fucking point of sending your kid to a public school if you don't want them to teach them about things you don't want them to learn about, right? What is the fucking point, right? Either homeschool them or send them to fucking private school if you actually give a shit that much. But no, we're gonna lay the fucking legal hammer on these goddamn homos. Am I right? Fuck them. Why is this thing bad, right? Why is this thing fucking cringe? It's bad because as a kid, when I was growing up, I had fantasies, right? I had some pretty big homo fantasies going on in my fucking head. And I felt fucking disgusted with myself for having felt that way, because I was taught that shit wasn't normal, because I wasn't told at a young age that stuff was actually okay and actually fine, right? It took me fucking 18 to 19 fucking years of my life to realize this is actually not that bad. It's actually not a bad thing. This is actually pretty chill. And it would have saved me so much fucking stress, so much turmoil, if I would have just learned it at a young age that those relationships are fine, that those relationships are healthy, those relationships are just as conducive as straight relationships, which are constantly pushed onto our kids. But I don't hear conservatives complaining about it, right? Another big fucking tiff that they make whenever this whole LGBT thing comes up, involving kids, is that they complain about, you're sexualizing my child. No, that's not fucking true, right? Just because it's a sexuality, it doesn't necessarily mean it's constantly sexual. There's a harmless, safe for work romantic aspect to all relationships, even the straight ones, right? I don't have an issue with straight couples being in movies, straight couples being in kid cartoons. I don't have an issue with that. Neither does any conservative. But all of a sudden, when we're shown two men holding hands, they want to fucking burn the fucking place down. They want to start fucking riots. They want to, or not literally start riots, but they want to create issues, right, where there is none. For instance, the whole Arthur spat that they fucking had. If you don't know, Arthur is a kids show in America, I think, or it might originate in Canada. I'm not entirely sure. There's actually a surprising amount of cartoons that actually come from Canada that I had no fucking idea that they were like in America. So we've been indoctrinated by the Canadians. I hate to inform you. Arthur is essentially a kids show about an aardvark learning valuable life lessons as a child. There was an episode where they showed a gay couple for the first time in the entire fucking show's history. They showed a gay couple. I think it was one of the teachers or the principal. They were getting a marriage, right? And it was all happy, you know, they were all, you know, like, oh, we're gonna get together, you know, like it wasn't it's not like the episode was about LGBT people lives matter, blah blah blah. It was just, no, it was treated as if it was a normal straight couple getting married, which, hey, that's fine. You know, I don't even think they kissed. I think they just held hands during that episode. And when that happened, you know how conservatives reacted? They were, what a lovely TV show. What a nice show. Anyways, I'm gonna go and do other things, right? Thanks. No, actually, they tried to cancel it. Just kidding. Which is kind of deeply ironic coming from the same fucking people who have such a fucking big issue with, like, Tumblrina and SJWs coming in and trying to police. They're trying to police my language on the internet, right? But all the fucking sudden, when a TV shows two guys holding hands, you want to fucking burn down the whole entire fucking animation studio that made it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's either cancel culture is okay or it's not okay. It's time and time again, like, conservatives have constantly fucking proven to me that they are the biggest fucking hypocrites on the planet, right? It's kind of fucking insane. And it's really one of the things that drove me away from consuming right-leaning media in general. I still do it from time to time, though I understand there's some harmless things about it, right? Like, I'm not demonizing all conservatives. When I say conservatives, I mean I'm talking about the crazy ones on social media. That's what I'm talking about, right? I understand, you know, there's people like I guess Turkey Tom's like, he's like right-leaning. I get the vibe, I get the sense that he's somewhat right-leaning. I don't have an issue with someone like Turkey Tom, right? Or Augie, or I mean, they say stupid shit sometimes, but it's the internet, it's whatever, right? Like, they're big. Like, I'm fine with people like that. I'm fine with people like that because they relatively have their head on their shoulders, right? They're not fucking out there saying, well, you know, Arthur played an episode where two men are holding hands, so I guess I gotta have a crusade against Arthur now. But, you know, that's besides the point. Let's go back to DeSantis. DeSantis, man, you need to calm down. The whole entire point, like the family friendly reason why he did this was to give parents more liberty in parenting their fucking child. But in actuality, it's just a needless restriction on LGBT people. It's a needless barrier put in our fucking way just because you can't handle seeing two guys fucking hold hands, right? What exactly is, when LGBT people are brought up in the classroom, what exactly is being shown? According to conservatives and their fucking crazy minds, they seem to have this idea where, like, whenever LGBT people are brought up, they put like hardcore gay pornography in front of like 5-year-old children. That's like that's their idea. It's like, you're sexualizing my child. You're sexualizing my child. And again, like I said before, there's romantic aspects to sexuality that are completely safe for work and, as a matter of fact, are pushed on kids all the fucking time. Nobody has an issue with it. I don't have a fucking issue with it because it's a good thing to get into a kid's head that here's different kinds of relationships you could have with people, right? So they don't necessarily get confused when they grow up like me and have to fucking struggle for so fucking long with this, like, this growing urge, right? This growing sensation within me to, like, you know, I want to be with guys. I like being guys. I like being more submissive and shit, right? But I felt so fucking deeply ashamed about all that fucking shit because I was never taught as a fucking kid that stuff was okay. That's fucking normal. That's fine. I was never taught those fucking things. So there was a lot of fucking stress. And I'm not saying I was on the borderline of fucking suicide, but man, I had some fucking ideas. Let's just say that. My childhood was like a daycare, and my teenage years was like the Holocaust. Right? There's so much needless fucking stress put upon me that I didn't fucking need, right? I don't need that kind of fucking stress. I don't need to be thinking at 13 years old whether or not I'm a valid human being because I'm having feelings that are coming up inside of me, right? Because I'm being a teenager, I got hormones going through, and I'm looking at dudes' butts, and I thought I was a fucking complete degenerate weirdo for doing that, and some conservatives might even say you are, and to much my fucking response is, go eat mulch. The bill most likely is going to be signed. It's going to be put into action in July 1st. Things are going to be a lot more rougher for LGBT people in Florida, but luckily not without consequence. Recently, Disney actually said that they're going to pull some funding from Florida. Now, to most people, who don't live in Florida or California, they might think, what's the big deal? I don't understand. A big part of Florida's economy is tourism. It's one of the big fucking driving factors to Florida. And it's not like when Disney says they're going to pull funding, they're going to tear down Disneyland or Disney World, but they might make it a little bit less exciting for tourists now because of DeSantis's actions, right? But it's not to say Disney is like a big fucking like woo-ha, you know, like, oh, I love Disney now all of a sudden. It's like they have a shitty fucking past, right? I'm not gonna ignore that. Walt Disney was associated with the fucking Nazis and shit. And there was some pretty crazy shit in Disney cartoons. And Disney was also a little homophobic, I think, in some areas. But as a faceless, emotionless corporation, they have my fucking blessing doing what they're doing right now. Thank fucking God. If Disney is a faceless puppet, then I'm glad the general people can puppet that corporation into doing some actual fucking good things. I think that's about it. I did much better in this fucking recording than the last one. Anyways, that's the end of the fucking video. Like and subscribe, or I'll do something really insane. I'll do something really radical. I'll do something crazy. You just wait and see. For legal reasons, I won't. It's just whatever. But next video will probably about why kids shouldn't fucking be in VRChat, right? Because that's a more lighthearted issue, right? We don't have to think about, you know, little fucking kids killing themselves and stuff like that. We could be like, you know, haha, let's not have kids in this fucking game because they don't belong here. But I'm gonna get in a fucking tangent if I have to talk about it for one more fucking second.